Welcome to the first LR Bits video. It's the first one we've done, and basically doing it to explain a bit about the new LR Bits expedition stove, or rocket stove as we call it. It comes either in this purpose-made bag, which we've had made in Scotland, or we can supply it in a much tougher Viper case that we retail anywhere. It does fit very nicely into this case. What do you get? Well, you get a stove that we've developed. Initially started about 10 years ago, the development of this. We started making a Kelly kettle, a very robust one out of stainless steel. That kind of stalled because in extreme conditions we had a great deal of trouble lighting it in a true bushcraft sort of fashion, out of materials that were available. It was a bit of a problem always trying to get it to go without using firelighters or something like that. And we started to make a bigger and bigger base, and we've ended up basically designing a stove that fitted under the Kelly kettle, and this is what we've got here. Now this is how the stove comes and how it packs up. As you can see, it's not much bigger than an OS map, a bit thicker, but it does weigh about 2.5 kilos, so it is quite a heavy thing. But personally I don't think it's very heavy when you see what it does really. Now it's a very, very simple thing to assemble, and once you've done this a few times you'll be able to do it in your sleeve. Basically those two bits cross together, the base plate goes on, this locking plate drops in, which you drop in and twist, and that keeps everything nice and solid. And then we start putting the sides on. And basically we've designed this so it clips together very, very simply. It's a lot easier if you stood up. But one side goes in, as you can see I've let go of that, it does not fall down. That side goes in there. Stand up, excuse the car noise. That one goes in there. And the last of the sides clip together. And then we put the top pieces on, which lock everything together and provides you pot stand. That one on there. And that one on there. Now if I pick this up, what you can see, that is a very solid stove. Oh, the other end has come loose because I didn't shook it too hard, but the base plate has just come undone there. But quickly I'll just slot that back in. You wouldn't know me, I'll shake it like that. Just a demonstration. Right, we'll lock that back together. I'll put these back on to show how simple it is. So it's all about practice. Nice and simple. And that's a big stand area there for your frying pan. You can see frying pan fits very nicely. Or something like a tagine. Fits perfectly on there, and you can cook for easily cook. We've cooked for up to 8 people on this stove. Now the beauty of this stove is this air gap under here, and the locking plate that we locked in there provides an air gap between the actual fire. You've got about a 1.5 inch, about a 40 centimetre gap there, which the air is rushing in and keeps this base plate cold. And this air, again, does not burn the ground. You can use this in just about any forest conditions or anything, and it will not, light the ground, damage the grass or anything. We burn this with anything you can find, basically. For a longer burn on a campsite, we add briquettes to it, and you can add 6, light it with sticks, get it going, add about 6 per briquettes, that will give you about 25 minutes worth of cooking. And if you're cooking a tagine or something where you need a lot longer burn, halfway through that sort of time, add another 4 briquettes, and that'll take you to 40 minutes, an hour's worth of cooking time. And you can cook a big dinner. We've cooked like for about 8 using a big boiler dish, no problem whatsoever. It's an amazing stove. If you're just boiling water or cooking a very quick meal, within 5 to 10 minutes of putting the last fuel within the stove has burnt out and goes cold very, very quickly. So it can be instantly packed away. And once you get into the, how it goes, literally comes apart. It's just the reverse of putting it together. Quickly goes, comes apart. And straight back in its bag. As you can see, fits into this bag neatly, and that could be put in a rucksack. If there was 2 or 3 of you, you could share it out, share the weight, or that can easily be stored under the vehicle in a seat in a Land Rover, and there as an emergency stove, an as and when stove, or as your main stove. We've used this stove all of last year. Used it all night to provide warmth for the campfire instead of a campfire, and 3 or 4 of you could easily sit around it, and it will keep you very warm. The stove just glows and it stays very warm, depending on the fuel supply. But that is the LR Bits rocket stove.